Hey there, everyone. It is Shelly Levi here, and tonight I'm going to share with you my 5 tips on how to manage a foot injury. So, basically, how this all started, to give you a little backstory. If you've been following me the last few days or this past week, I got to enjoy a really wonderful trip to Punta Cana, a mother daughter trip. Which was amazing. However, on my flight back on Saturday, we found ourselves in a situation where we were extremely rushed. And due to things come up, our ride did not arrive in time like it was supposed to. And so we were rushing into the airport, and I unfortunately smacked my foot on the rollers of the suitcase and knew immediately it had broken. My toe right at the baseline. I could tell where one of the injuries were. I wasn't sure if there was more to it than just that, but at the time, that's what I was dealing with. And so had to fly back to Minnesota. Did not get an opportunity to see someone right away until yesterday morning to confirm everything. And so when life throws stuff like that at you, it can kind of derail us from some of the things that we are trying to do. It can derail us from our workouts. It can derail us from some of the events or things that we're participating in. It can derail us from activities or hobbies that we're trying to do. There's so many things that it now gets in the way of. And for a lot of us, it could really fall into almost somewhat of a poor me victim mode, and become very frustrated with it, which isn't going to help your situation anymore. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you some of the things that I'm doing to help manage this, because I'm in basically a post-op shoe for 4 weeks. Mind you, I'm a fitness trainer and instructor. I need to be on my feet teaching classes. And if I don't work, I don't get paid. So I will say this. One of the benefits is, hey, I'm working from home part of the time. So I still have the ability to still earn some money without having to be on my feet. But anyway, so these are some of the things that I am doing right now to manage this, because basically I'm in this boot, like I said, for the next 4 weeks. And I want to be able to get through it as quickly as possible. And I know if I can implement some of these things going on, that it can speed up that healing process and get me back to my normal life. So number one thing that I'm doing is I've got to change my workouts. I have to change my workouts. I can't do jumping. I can't do what I typically did. Now in my classes, I can talk them through some of the things that they can do. I can use other people to demonstrate some of the moves that I'm asking them to do. So I can utilize the people in my class more, and verbally really work on my cues and technique to guide them through those workouts. For my workout personally, it's changing. I'm going back to old school. And what I'm going to be doing is Monday, chest, Tuesday, legs. I'm sure you're going to be wondering, how the hell am I going to be doing my legs? Wednesday, back. Thursday is I'm going to be focusing more on core, like a Pilates type workout. And then Friday is going to be arms. And like I said, going back to the legs, as far as, yes, I have a foot injury, but I also have access to a gym on Tuesdays. And that's why I picked Tuesdays for the legs, because I can go in and I can do a leg extension. I can go in and I can do leg curls on some of the machines. I can go and I can still do some squats, as long as, I'm keeping the body weight back on my feet. I can be kneeling, doing like a bent knee lift on the floor. I can be doing floor work for my legs, like leg raises, clams. So there's different things I can still do to work my legs without actually having to stand on my feet. So that's where it comes in for my workouts. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm old school. It's low key, no jumping. It's basically just some strength training. That's it. Now, as far as my nutrition goes, that's where things going to change a little bit as well. Because I'm not doing and teaching the amount of activity in classes that I usually do, I'm not going to require the amount of calories that I usually eat. Granted, I don't typically count calories myself personally, but if I had to guess, I'm probably around maybe 1,800 calories a day. If I had to guess, give or take. But so what I'm going to be doing is probably dropping that down because I just don't require as much food because I'm not working out as much or training as hard and as intense. The other thing I'm doing is I already follow a paleo diet, which is huge for things like this. Because when you've suffered an injury, you've got a lot of inflammation in that area of the injury. If you want that injury to heal quicker, you have to get the inflammation out. A paleo diet is designed with foods that do not cause inflammation. We've removed all those foods that tend to cause inflammation. So if I'm not eating any of that stuff, it's going to help my body to heal faster. So if you're dealing with an injury, get rid of dairy, get rid of grains, get rid of soy, get rid of your processed sugars, get rid of the foods that cause inflammation, and your body's going to heal way faster. Next thing I've got in my diet is my Shakeology. Talk about, seriously, it is packed with superfoods. Your body needs nutrients to be able to heal and to be able to regenerate the cells to get the healing process going. So seriously, that is one of the best things I could be doing for my body right now to get this healing process going a lot faster as well. The other thing I'm doing on the nutrition is I'm going to increase my water. Typically, I'm about 64 to 80 ounces of water through the week, and I'm going to bring that up to about 100 ounces to help flush out, again, toxins and help flush out inflammation that is in the area of the foot. So the third thing that I'm doing is I'm focusing on rest. So while I'm not teaching those classes, the second I get home, I'm going to make sure I'm getting that foot up, elevated, ice, and getting the rest that it needs. What got me, in kind of this little rut here, it's made it difficult for sleep. So I'm trying to allow for more sleep at night. Again, a lot of your recovery is going to depend on how much sleep you're getting. Again, to regenerate the cells and get things going. So that's another thing I'm doing when it comes to the rest. Fourth thing I'm doing, time. I'm allowing myself more time to be able to get to and from places, to be able to complete tasks, and less things on my to-do list because I just don't have the time to be able to do it all because I just can't move and get around. So it's, one of those things that I've learned is allow myself for more time. What got me in trouble in this first place was rushing. And so it's just slowing things down, taking my time, and not putting myself at risk of hurting or injuring it even more. The fifth and final thing that I'm doing to help me work through this is practicing gratitude. Yep, that's it. Practicing gratitude. Got my journal out. And every single day, I'm going to be writing in there what I'm grateful for. Because we all know when we practice gratitude, we find more joy in our days. And we are able to work through some very difficult times and frustration and realize when we practice gratitude that things aren't as bad as it may seem. That there's usually someone out there that's dealing with a way lot more shit than you are. Or in this case, a way lot more shit than I am. A broken toe, yes, it puts a little damper on things, but there could be a hell of a lot worse things I could be dealing with right now, and thank God I'm not. So each day I'm going to be writing down things, journaling and practicing gratitude to get me through some of these difficult days that I might have ahead here, things that might be frustrating or disappointing, and help me better manage my mindset as I'm going through this. So I hope you were able to get a few tips out of some of these things if you are dealing with an injury, and this could be just about any injury. It's not just a foot injury. a lot of these things can be going as far as a hand injury, a shoulder injury, leg injury. Obviously, the workout part of it would change as far as what you would be doing with some of those injuries. But do know that there are some things that you can do to manage those moments and not really look at it like everything has to stop and that you have to lose sight of your goals or some of the things that you're trying to do just because something like this has happened. So, all right, you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining me. And be watching as I kind of share my journey on the mend here for the next 4 weeks. All right, you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.